Hari Om Shri Ganesaya Namaha. Om Yata Sarvani Bhutani Pratibhanti Sthitani Cha Yatreva Pasamam Yanti Tasmai Satyatane Namaha. Jnata Jnanam Tatha Jayam Drashta Darsana Desyabhu Karta Etuh Kriya Jasmat Tasmai Gyamtyatane Namaha. Sfuranti Sikara Jasmat Ananda Sambare Vanav Sarvesam Jivanam Tasmai Brahmanandatane Namaha. Brahmanandatane Namaha. Vedodadhim Samunamatya Jnanaratnam Samudritam Yena Dasmai Vasithaya Gurunam Gurave Namaha. Vasistha Bhagavan ki jai. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Satchidananda Bhagavan ki jai. Sabda Brahma ki jai. Saraswati Maharani ki jai. Yoga Vasistha Bhagavan ki jai. Hari Om. Today we are going to discuss Yoga Vasistha Nirvana Prakaran and second half, 48th chapter. Yesterday we already discussed on the supremacy of the whole universe. Who is the Supreme One, above whom there is nobody? Who is all in all, independent in every sense, not dependent on any sense, and he is free to do anything or everything, or undo anything or everything. He has 100% complete freedom. Why? Because he is all alone. The cause is why he is so, because he is all alone. Because there is no second one to be dependent on him or to have relation with him. There is no second. That's how in all sense he is free. He is all in all. He is everything. Whether he does or not do anything, that doesn't matter. There is no question of action, because action will have the reaction. All these what we know, whatever we know, or whatever we express, whatever we see, or whatever we don't see, everything is within the realm of dualism, because he is absolutely one with it without a second. So there is no such ideas, no such conditions. If there is two, there are conditions. He is unconditional. He is the Supremo. Of whom? Of himself. There is no other to be compared. So we cannot have any degrees of comparison, positive, comparative or superlative. All these degrees of comparison are not possible there. There is no language, because language has its meaning. So that absolute one is meaningless. Meaningless, useless, senseless. These words appear to be very rough to hear, but if you analyze the meaning of the words, it applies to him only. Because he is one, he cannot do anything. So, he is useless. We are useful. We are very, very useful. Restlessly useful. You must understand the meaning. And he is useless. That's how even the Vedas has named it Sthabar. Sthabar means the stone piece. Unmovable stone piece. Good for nothing. Good word will have meaning when there is bad. Because it is one, there is neither goodness nor badness. No qualities are there. It is unqualified. Unqualified. When we go to the sports, we have, or to interviews, we have to qualify first. We have to give the interview, and we have to qualify first to get a job or to be selected or to sit in the exam hall. So there is no quality, so it is unqualified. Qualityless. It is beyond all good and bad, and it is also everything. So all the goods, all the bads, all the qualities, if at all you have some knowledge about all these, it is there only. That means if at all something is seen other than it, which holds I and my and you and yours, which is otherwise called world, it cannot stand without it, without the Supremo. It cannot. Then there will be two. So there will be relationship. So one will be, if one will be perishable, the other will be imperishable. If one is great, the other will be small. In this way, there will be comparison, relationship. So, it is seen only dualistic situations because there is no two. So he is beyond all these imaginations, all these language, good and bad, all these qualities, and all these conditions. You may question why he is one, why not two? You have the right. We are always 2, 3, 4. But why he should be one? Is he unable to become two? So he is incapable. He is unable. How he can be supremo? You see, go to any extent in logic or in any way with examples or logic or analysis or investigation or research, anything you can apply to him. But lastly you are bound to come to the one. Without one there is no world. Whether you count or whether you see, whether you do any action or whether you perceive something, do whatever you like, know whatever you like or understand whatever you like, it cannot be without the one. It cannot be. Apply your all logic. Do whatever you like, but you have to come to one. Without one, there is no existence. There is no knowledge. There is no anything. So one has to be in the beginning. So if one is there in the beginning, then he cannot be two also. He cannot be two. If at all one has to be there in the beginning, you have to start from one. Do whatever you like. But if the one is there, then why can it be not two? He has to become two, isn't it? We are many, so without one being two, how can we be many? So when we go to minute analysis and apply super logic, one cannot be two. There is no two. It appears to be two. It appears to be two. Take your mathematics. In the whole world, as far as the mathematicians have reached, as far as they have reached, they have to start by one, and one cannot be divided. It appears as if it is divided, but one remains one in all conditions. say one is divided, we create a we create a difference in the, or a demarcation, or we can say we divide it into two. That is everywhere we see in our relative world. If you have got a potato, you can make it two, isn't it? But this is generally what we see. But when you go to the logic or mathematics, then though it is two, as per your vision it is two, how do you count two? See, one is there first. You have to count from one only. And then you may say one divided by two. One will be there. You cannot make the one absent. Say decimal or divisions. You will be astonished. In philosophical grammar, philosophical mathematics, dividing means multiplying. Are you getting the point? Dividing means there is no divisibility, only multiplicity. If you have divided one, then what happens? It multiplies. Then where is the division? It is a multiplication only. In this way, if we go on analyzing it or apply our super logic, even then you cannot make the one into two. There is no possibility of any two. So the question comes, then how is this relative world where we have all these numbers, 1, 2, everything, so many numbers are there. So the answer is, it appears to be so, which is within the one, and that one cannot be absent. So one is present everywhere, and that's how he is dominating over everything. One is present everywhere, it is a common factor in all the numbers, so it is the most dominating aspect ever you have seen. That's how he is supremo. No other facts or figures can be so dominating, which will be ever present everywhere in all conditions. Nothing else can be so. Only one can be. And that one is absolute one. That's how it is so. So now if you see, if you know, or if you perceive such many, which we call a world or creation, then how it is? The question is naturally there. So how it is? All these are nothing but the outcome of that one. The one appears in this way only. How is 2? How do you get the 2? Number 2? 1 plus 1. How do you get 3? 1 plus 1 plus 1. 1 will be there and 1 is appearing as 3. It is its presence. The presence of the 1 is counted as 3 in 3 times. That's how it is called 3. Are you getting the point? The 1 presence is counted thrice. That is how you have got the 3, number 3. Because 1 is ever present. So if at all you see here 1, then you come here to count 2. 1 is there. So the presence is counted again and again. That's how you get these numbers. The presence is the limited presence which is ever present everywhere in all conditions, is counted many times. That is how it has become many. And this counting is known as the time, space, and all these manyness and divisibility, multiplicity, and all these relativity, all these it is because of that 1. In this way,
if we had only even numbers,
even number,
0, 2, 4, if that was only existing there, but we had even and odd.
no odd numbers. Why not?
No, just as a thought.
Very good. Go with it. So what is our point? Why we are discussing all this? Whatever you see, whatever is there before you as the so-called world which you know to be true, all these are the outcome of progeny of the projection of or the imagination of, finally, the repeated presence of this language we can use. Repeated presence of your visions. This language will be exact, which you see as the world. So it has to be dependent on the Absolute One. Dependency means you have to bow down to Him. He says the whole world worship Him in every way. This point has to be taken as the final decision. Conclusion. Everybody is worshipping, everybody is bound to worship, everybody has to worship Him, because just as the child has to depend upon, support upon, worship his father, because there is no child without the father. Similarly, the whole world, all the names and forms, they worship the Supreme One by all means. Now, coming to our individual being. So on this basis, we have already discussed all these beings. They, whatever you are doing, whatever they do, it is His worship only. So you are not only requested to, but you are forced to, you are bound to accept whatever you are doing. Your presence also, so-called presence, whatever you think, whatever you do, it is for Him, from Him, in Him, worship of Him. You are bound to accept because you are not without Him. How can you reject this theory?
He is also not without us.
Now, He will be without you.
Always.
Yes. Two cannot exist without one, but one can exist without the two. That's how it is existing, one without a second. It is existing. And that existence cannot be multiplied nor divided, nor it can be many, nor it can be one. We just say it is one. For saying sake, we say one, it is neither one nor two. This one is meaningless one, which has all the meanings. Which has all the meanings in sense, all the meaningful digits are within the one. That's how it is meaningful and meaningless, both side, both way. See now he says, जप होम तप दान वेद पाठ यज्ञ और क्रियाक्रमों से निरंतर इसे आत्मा को नर नाग देवता और दानव प्रसन्न करते हैं. By all your actions, means rituals, or not only by good actions, all your bad actions also, whether you do something good or bad, whatever you do, doing means all the thinking, speaking, and physically doing some actions by the senses and body, whatever you do, it is by Him, for Him, in Him, with Him, from Him. So it is His work, so it is called His worship. And whether it is japa, means what we know, repetition of His name in any way, or yajna, giving something and getting something, selfless yajna or selfish yajna means sacrifice with motives or motiveless. Yajna means sacrificing something, to give something. And when you give, automatically you get. If you expect to get, you will get it. If you don't expect, then you will get everything. That is the beauty. So whether it is selfless or selfish yajna, or charities, or japa, everything comes under yajna. Tapa means your penance, whatever you do, or ordinary day-to-day daily transactions, whatever you do, eating, drinking, sleeping, or doing business, or earning something for the livelihood, or to do anything, every action is not possible without him, without his presence. So it is his work, it is his result also goes to him only. You are, if at all you are there, then you are nowhere there as you think. You are a slave, you are dependent, you are a slave depending upon his mercy. Without his mercy, your existence is impossible. One has to come to this point in the end. Has to. That is what he says. All these beings, the human beings, or the serpents, or the serpents hold all those insect types. And all these birds and gods and the demons, whosoever, whatever beings are, you can imagine, they worship that Supreme by all means, by doing all these jap, home, sacrifice, charity, and penance, etc. Whatever they do, it goes to him. Yesterday we are discussing just as a drop of water which is originated from ocean by modification, by transformation, going through many different ways or different forms or different time or space, it has to come back to its original source one day or other, somehow or other, because there is no other way without the original source. Similarly, whatever all these beings do, they get the energy to do from him, and whatever is done, it is for him. For example, we can see this, the laborers who work in the crop field, they get the wages, daily wages, and they do everything for the owner of the field. They have got nothing to claim or blame or demand or lose or gain. Nothing. They cannot think of its results because they are not the owner. The owner has the right to have everything. So also, the field is the body and the seed also is he. The field also is he. By his grace, in him, by him, for him, the field is created in him. How is the field created? Come on, we see, just as we create our fields, there is a big pasture. If you want to plow some portion and sow some seeds and make your uh, farming? Can you plow the whole endless field? You have to limit it. You have a limited field with dimensions. Let it be rectangular or elliptical or any way. But you are bound to have limited areas because your energy, your capacity also is limited. You cannot plow the whole world, earth. So you have to limit the space and make a limited plot and then plow it and sow the seed and do everything. Similarly, this body of every being is called a field. It is the farmer is he, the sower of the seeds is he the seed, he the field, and he the sower of the seed, and he the owner of the yield of the crop. The slave, the daily labor cannot claim anything. Nothing is his. Nothing belongs to him. In this way we can, Gurudev used to sing, nothing exists, nothing belongs to me. I am neither body, because field is not mine, nor mine. Nothing belongs to you. And whatever you do, it is, you are a slave, you have no other go than offering it to him. You are bound to offer.
So that he will beat us.
He is the owner, he is the leader, he is the farmer, he is the enjoyer, he is the doer, everything is he. So if at all your existence is there, it is his existence, or it is his limited existence, we can say. This is what he says. Jap, hom, tap, दान, वेद पाठ, यज्ञ और क्रियाक्रमों से निरंतर इसी आत्मा को नर, नाग, देवता और दानव प्रसन्न करते रहते हैं. They please that absolute supremo by all these means. इसी परमात्मा परम पिता का देव मस्तक है, पृथ्वी पैर है, तारे रोम है, भूत अस्थि है, आकाश हृदय है, और यही सबका अंतरात्मा है. Now he describes the universal form. This universal form, how he looks like, it is beyond our imagination. You see, you must have gone through Gita, 11th chapter. Lord Krishna shows the universal form to Arjuna. In 10th chapter, Lord Krishna was as a supremo. he was narrating his presence, important presence in different places, different forms, different names. I am the Ganga among all the rivers. I am the Mount, Mount Meru among all the highest places. I am Himalaya among the mountains. I am the uh, everything. He was going on explaining my presence is seen in these important forms, and I am everything. Whatever I say, you have to obey. Same thing as Krishna forced Arjuna because he was unable to understand. Similarly, our Vasistha ji, after explaining everything to Rama, he is emphasizing upon this point that Ram, if at all you are some being, then whatever you are or whatever is yours or whatever is you can, everything is his. Whatever you do, it is for his worship, and there is no different identity of yours than him. This is how Vasistha ji is giving the true picture of the universal being. So, he explains the sky is his. In different ways it is given, Purusha Sutta, Narayana Sutta, or Vishwarup, in different ways. In our scriptures, the great seers have described his form. All these, whatever we see, all these are pictures or tattoos in his body. All these names and forms belong to him. And his body is extended to 3 worlds. And that is how in Trivandrum you must have seen Padmanabh temple. The sleeping Padmanabh idol covers 3 rooms, big rooms. From one point you cannot see the whole body of the deity. You have to go from one room to other to see the second half, then the third to see the third half. In this way, it is indicated that Padmanabh means the body of his body contains the 3 worlds. And all these names and forms are pictures drawn in his body, tattoos. It is explained or narrated in different ways, in different scriptures. Some say his name is Purush, some say Purushottam, some say he is the Supremo Narayan. As one sees him from his angle of vision, Narayan means one whose whole total body is originated or seen from the from the source of water, water element. It is not exact water because a water element is visible life principle. Before that also life principle gets more and more visible or gross. Before that, the air is the starting life point which is ever present in everybody as the momentum in everybody. So life principle starts from there. And movement starts from there. So then comes heat, fire. Fire also, without fire there is no possibility of any life. So air, fire, and then comes water where life principle becomes more visible and gross. That's why we take the water as the source of life. But before that, in subtle form, life starts. Life means if we take the essence of all the explanations by all the scriptures and saints and sages, life means movability. Why it is, how it is, when the unlimited becomes limited within itself, then it has to have a demarcation. Then only it will be limited. That demarcating is called movement. Without motion, you cannot do anything with the unlimited. So you are bound to have that movement. That's how movement is known as life. Life starts from there, which is called, when it will have a demarcating line, which will form a form, that is called formed. That's why it has been, so it is called being. जीव, जीव मतलब गतिशीलता. तो गतिशीलता जब होगा तब तो गति होगा, तब मतलब कुछ सीमा अंकित होगा. बिना सीमा से असीम को हम देख नहीं सकते हैं, और बिना गति से हम असीम को सीमित नहीं कर सकते हैं. That's how the unlimited becomes formed. It forms a form which is called being, and that being is within the unlimited, and that's how it goes on changing every moment, because the momentum is given from there. And that's how all these 5 elements are given to us with these ideas, with these angle of visions. So, when all these together we see, then there will be a body which cannot be seen by our limited senses. Naturally, we have to describe the body in this way, unlimited form, and within which all the limited forms will be visible. That is called universal form. And that was so terrific. Arjuna was he was unable to hold that form. It was so bright. If thousands of suns they rise at a time, that brightness is lesser than the brightness or that glow of Lord Krishna at that time. How can you look at it? We cannot look at even a small bulb burning in our room. For long we cannot look at it. And what to speak of sun? If you look at the sun for a little longer time, your eyes will be blind. You cannot see anything. What to speak of thousands of suns? So from this we can understand our limitations and our capability of understanding and holding. So if we can understand, then we are bound to be forced to surrender. You have no other go.
Sir, while describing Vishwarupa and Purnavatar, Ram and Krishna, so Ram is considered as Maryada Purushottam, the epitome of how to conduct your life. But Krishna is described in a completely opposite way. He prides himself being Makhan Chor and Chit Chor and whatnot. So how do we reconcile these two Purnavatars? Because they seem to be, not similar at all.
What are you hearing now? What did I say? What did I say? What did you understand? Are you sleeping or hearing me? How can you put this question after hearing all this?
There seems to be a contradiction between.
No contradiction. Contradiction is in your mind, in your understanding. अरे भैया कह रहा हूं सारे सब कुछ वही है, तो सब कुछ के अंदर चोरी और डकैत में अभी नहीं बोला, अच्छा बुरा सब उसी का है, अभी नहीं बोला, सोया था। अरे सब उसके अंदर है कह रहा हूं, पागल। राम भी वही है, कृष्ण भी वही है, चोर भी वही है, डकैत भी वही है, पकड़ने वाला भी वही है। इतना समझ में नहीं आ रहा है। टट्टी भी वही है, खाने वाला भी वही है। टट्टी के कीड़ा भी वही है, टट्टी करने वाला भी वही है। इतना समझ में नहीं आ रहा है। सिंगानी भी वही है और उसको चाटने वाला भी वही है। सब एक ही का काम, दूसरा नहीं है। सिर फोड़ रहा हूं यार, सिर फोड़ रहा। सुनो तो कुछ अंदर तो जाए पत्थर। हाँ, खाली रामकृष्ण क्यों, तुम भी उनका है अवतार, पूर्ण अवतार। कह रहा हूं ना कितना, तुम उनके अंश, तुम ही वही है। उसके बिना कुछ नहीं करके 50 बार कह रहा हूं। फिर ये सवाल कहाँ से आ रहा है? और चोरी चोरी कर रहा था, तुम्हारा दिमाग चोर है। सुनते नहीं, सोते रहो। दिमाग तुम्हारे चोरी कर रहा है। वो कृष्णा चोरी नहीं किया। कह रहा हूं सब कुछ वही है, उसी से है, उसी का है। तुम जो कुछ तप जप, ये तो अच्छा चीज कहा, और मैं तो बुरा चीज भी उसके साथ जोड़ रहा हूं। अच्छा बुरा सब उसका है। जिससे चोरी किया वो भी उसी का है, जो चोरी किया उसी का है, जो चीज को चोरी किया, कर्ता कर्म और क्रिया सब वही है। इतने बार समझा दिया, कर्ता कर्म त्रिपुटी का कोई अर्थ नहीं उधर, चोरी कहां से आएगा? है सवाल करते हैं वह लड़कियों का नंगा कर दिया था, तुम नंगा नहीं करते हो, तुम नंगा नहीं होते हो, है क्यों छिपाते हो अपने शरीर को? पैदा कब हुआ था, कैसे हुआ था? कपड़ा पहन करके। सब तो नंगा करते हैं, लड़की हो चाहे नंगा लड़का हो, नंगा ही सब तो रहते हैं। वो नंगा कर दिया, उसको दिखाई दे रहा है। तुम्हारे गंदा दिमाग ही गंदा है, दिमाग ही नंगा है तुम्हारी, उसको कपड़ा पहनाओ। समझने के लिए कोशिश करो यार। जब कह रहे हैं सारे दुनिया, द होल वर्ल्ड, whatever you think, whatever you cannot think, it is his and he. You have no identity at all. You are slave of slaves. अभी कह रहा हूँ, you are bound to surrender. And then question, oh, Krishna was a thief. Foolish nonsense. अरे समझने के लिए तो कोशिश करो यार, एक शब्द तो समझो।
अभी तक मुझे एक समझ नहीं आ रहा, वन कह रहे वन, बट इनसाइड आई कैन नॉट विजुअलाइज वन।
इसीलिए कहा गया, मैं कितने बार बोलता हूँ भाई, सवाल तो सबके मन में होता है। ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस वी हैव, not only you, everybody has. Everybody has questions. As long as the mind is there, it will have questions. Don't forget it, write it in such big letters and see it day and night. As long as mind is there, there is question. When the mind stops, all the answers are there. Stop your mind and get your answer. This is the only way. Write it in a क्या कहते हैं वो, हाँ नहीं वो black board, write it in board, where you sleep, where you sit, where you eat, keep this everywhere. As long as mind is there, there will be doubts. And the answers are there in the mind when it stops. This is the only way. And I am answering you with words. That is not the real answer. I am befooling you because you are a fool, and I am the greatest fool. There is no answer, there is no question. This is the ultimate decision. And whatever we answer, whatever we discuss, it is relatively somewhat true, somewhat wrong. And why not accept it? Why not accept it? Only when you accept this, then only you can keep quiet. The moment you sit, all the question has to subside and you have to keep quiet. This is the beauty of Jnana Marga. You need not close your nose. You need not keep your head down and legs up. You need not hang in the roof. Nothing to do. Accept it. The moment you accept it, you are silent. And with all these logics, with all these examples, with such a simple language I am telling you, it is not explained in this way here. I am explaining it with understandable words. And as elaborately Yoga Vasistha explains everything, you cannot get in any other scriptures, other texts. Nowhere you can. In your whole life you cannot understand anything. He says, इसी परमात्मा परम पिता का देव मस्तक है. The upper part, you see, when we describe this, we have to see this is a type of description. Many have described it in many ways. There is no contradiction at all. Because how many times I say, when you go around a mountain or any temple or any big object, when you go around it, what do you see? From different angles it looks differently. Go around a person, from backside you see something other than what you see in the front side. Difference is the law of nature. Everywhere you will get difference. So there is difference in scriptures, language, explanations. That does not mean the truth differs. Truth is one. It is explained in different language by different seers, in different language, in different ways. It is nowhere there is contradiction. Contradiction is in your understanding. Because object is one only. How can there be contradictions? Now he says, he explains in a particular way the universal form. And this is what I am telling. This universal form is explained in different ways by different seers. Just now I was telling the Padmanabh, whose body contains 3 worlds, means the whole body is 3 worlds only. Together is his body. Just as your body contains these 10 senses and so many nerve systems within it, and in every nerve, every artery you see, you will have thousands of living beings. They are called WBC, white BC, red BC, and prana is working throughout everywhere. So this is also the body of the whole universe. That is what we used to explain, tell every now and then. The whole world, whole universe is there present in you. It is your miniature form, the miniature form of the whole universe. It is a model. It is a uh, uh,
Microcosm.
microcosm, or the ideal, a model, we can say. What else? Model of the whole universe. So when you magnify it, you see everything within you. And this is how the yogis see everything here and now in a bigger form. They magnify it and they see it. And all the things are present in one small body. So it is called Purusa. Purusa, the, the controller of this body. Body means a group. And the Purusa, the whole total owner or controller, that which we were discussing yesterday, the universal controller. He is in the small form, in this small being also. He is also a controller. There is a controller within you. Yesterday we were discussing, two birds are sitting in this tree, or the controller is silent, witnessing, and the other is the doer, the instrument of the seer or the controller. This is how the body works, and this is called Purusa. Purusa, Pure Seti iti. The controller is silently sleeping or sitting inside this body. That's how called Purusa. Sleeping means not as you sleep. Every word has different meanings, how it is used and in what context. Kesava, the name of Lord Vishnu, he sleeps in water. That means he is not sleeping just as you sleep. He never sleeps like this. Sleeping means resting. Resting means keeping quiet. Means he is all pervading in the water as a life principle. So also this Purusa also, though it is centered in the center, yet it is all pervading in the body. That's how it is called Purusa. And he is Purushottam because he is the congregate or the whole totality of all these numerals. So he is the Purushottam. He will be the all controller. So he explains his body in the sky is Dev matlab the luminous sky or the luminous, what we can say, there is no exact word. Dev. जहाँ तेजस ही तेजस है, all pervading the effulgence, that is called, that state is called Dev. देवता दिवाह, दिवाह मतलब when that light forms a form, then they are called the gods. The matlab, the light. When that light is formed, means centrified, or it has a body, then that body is called God.
Padmanabha is big eye?
Eh?
Is the big original eye Padmanabha?
Yes, big eye. Bigger than eye, my eye. So he is the Dev, the higher region. Why I was telling all this? Some people say there was an egg in the beginning. They imagine it as an egg. And when the egg blasts, the same egg formula we have discussed in this Yoga Vasistha also elsewhere. So that egg was formation of the unlimited. And it is logical to think in an elliptical way, so it is called egg. There is logic behind it. How to think, what to think. It is not meaningless. So it was formed and it was taken as an egg, and the egg has to contain something, that life principle. When the life principle was congregate, means it was centered, centrified, we can say. When it accumulated on a center, then it will have a form. That form is named as the Brahma, and the unlimited has become limited. And that life principle takes time to mature. Everywhere we see maturity means the subtle principle has to become gross. That is called maturity. Same thing happens in the eggs, in every lives also. In the human beings or in the animals, same thing. First of all, there will be very small germ, the ovum and semen get together and they become one, and slowly both the Purusha and Prakriti, the quality and the qualitative both get together, then only the action and reaction is possible. That's how yesterday I was telling you how Manu became many. Manu, the first being who was trying to multiply this creation, he first became divided into two. That's how we have become many. And one part became the feminine part, the other part became the masculine part. And they were one in the beginning, and then They can multiply when they will get together. This is how Prakriti and Purusha both got together to create this world. Many. That's how in the egg also, everywhere, in every life principle, we have to see first there will be subtlemost identity, which is the identity of the life principle, very subtle. Then slowly it grows, means becomes grosser and grosser. And when it is ready to have a gross form in the relative world, then it projects out, that is called birth. And then when the purpose is ended, a particular scheme is worked out, then there is death. So the Brahmanda means the egg has to take some time for maturity. Then it hatches, and from inside the child has to come out. And there, when the egg breaks, there will be a little sound, naturally, and it will have two pieces, upper half and lower half. The upper half is divided into 7 regions, seven realms. They are called the upper 7 heavens and lower 7 realms. In this way, 14 lokas are there, realms are there. Just imagination, as we can think, as you can imagine and make it 50 who objects you, as you think, but it should be reasonable. It should be according to some logical understanding. So, in this way, that Purush who came out of that egg is known as the creator. Creator, which has all these 14 realms, 7 up and 7 down. That is his body. He is called Purusha. And from this, now we have come to understand, as per the modern science, the sound is the root cause of the creation. But long before it, the Indian scientists, they had come to this decision that sound was the root cause of all multiplication. And how the sound starts, for that different ideas are given in our scriptures, in different Purans, epics, different Upanishads. Different ideas are explained in different languages. यहाँ इधर ऐसा देख रहे हैं, सरस्वती उपनिषद में दूसरा, देवी अथर्व शीर्ष में दूसरा देखोगे, गणेश अथर्व शीर्ष में दूसरा देखोगे, सृष्टि कैसा होता है। और ये जो तुम्हारे जो प्रकृति रहस्य देखो, सप्तसिद्धि में भावना सब रूप लेता है अलग अलग ढंग से। They explain it in different languages, but finally same thing. How it manifests and how these names and forms and all these the relative world goes on. And who is the Supremo? many go up to the supreme energy, which is the supremo, because they cannot go beyond it, holder of the energy, where from that energy starts. So they go up to energy, so they go on worshipping the mother goddess in different ways, thousands of different ways. And the basic principle is this. The subtle becomes gross, and the power means a changing phenomena is called energy, and they name it differently, they give a form to it differently, and its actions, its reactions, and its relations in different ways. There is no end to all these scriptures and all these explanations of the great people.
One become many is everywhere.
Everywhere the same thing. When you go to the central ideas, then you can understand everything. And that you can get the only way is whatever you have heard, everything you have to sit calmly, and word by word you have to contemplate over and get the meaning and try to understand what it is. Then simple words, what you see, what you hear, it has not that meaning what you think. It has deeper and many other meanings hidden in it. कभी हमको सीधा सीधा कहीं पर किसी को कोई नहीं बोला, जब तक इसको सोचेंगे नहीं सीरियसली. ऐसा सोचना चाहिए, यू हैव टू थिंक टिल देन, till when you see nothing except darkness all around and you get willing, fall down. Till then you have to think.